Hey, everybody. We're getting ready to go live here in just a few minutes. So, oh, look, I've already got a comment in here. Look at this. Fantastic works you do. I was electronics tech in various industries for 15 years, including 15 in R&D. Hope to join in Thursday. Okay, I think he kicked it in the other day. Okay, good. Very good, Gene. I hope to see you here. I hope to see you here. So just in a minute here, not even that, I'm going to go ahead and start the 5-minute countdown. And this, everybody should be getting the reminder right now to time to log in.
Yep, I got it.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so in 4 minutes and 48, 47, 46, whatever seconds here, I've got two guests here. So you guys all know me, right? Mike Sokol from RV Electricity, No Shock Zone, and all the other various things that I've worked on. And so this is my latest thing here, which I'm really, really excited to introduce here in 4 minutes and 25 seconds. In the meantime, any of you guys that have logged on, why don't you introduce yourself and tell me where you're from, and I'll do a shout out to you. Anybody out there? Is anybody out there? Okay, and you get to see my I'm high atop, coming to you from high atop Funkstown Hill in Funkworks Lab, my lab studio here. Which means I didn't have to drive very far. In fact, I didn't have to drive at all. I just take about 5 steps out of my bedroom and I'm in my office. Isn't this stuff great? Okay, and in 3 minutes, we'll be doing stuff. So spring has sprung here in Maryland. All the flowers are out. It's been a little cold, been a little warm, all good. I'm getting ready to de-winterize my Geo Pro trailer here. And I'm starting to get interested. I've had a number of my readers not only ask about, I'm doing stuff on solar panels, they've also asked about little wind turbines, which has always been fascinating. So we will see. Okay, so we've got Jim. Good evening, Mike, from Northeast Illinois. Ah, yes. Very good. Well, now, I don't tell a lot of people, but I was born in Gary, Indiana, and kind of grew up in South Bend when I was a little kid. Same as Michael Jackson. Okay, so we have Michael Hayes. Hello from cold, windy, upstate New York. Retired U.S. Navy. Good to have you on here. Yet another Michael. Michael is the best name. I'm just telling you. I did a recording live streaming session one time with a group called Anything Mike Wants. Everybody in the band was named Mike. The video guy was named Mike. The theater guy was named Mike. And I'm named Mike. So this was a Mike love fest, let me tell you. So in just under 2 minutes. So Jim says, very timely subject, severe weather forecast here for the next 36 hours. Here's the thing. Every time we see something on television and there's severe weather or there's a hurricane and people are out of power and out of water and everything, my wife keeps saying, why don't you do something about this? And now I can finally say, I think I can help with this. So we're going to introduce this coalition, this group of other companies. And I've got 2 of these other guys on here tonight with me. And we're going to start to discuss this whole thing and what we can do for affordable backup power. The time to do backup power is not when when the power goes out. It's too late at that point. You need to do this in advance. And we're going to talk about some affordable ways to do this. Okay, so Terry Brown says, hi, Mike, I made it. Hi from Ceres, Ceres, California. That's right. Terry had checked in with me earlier today. And James, I guess you were close to your roots when we met at the Frog Rally a few times. Exactly right. That's right. I have met you at Frog. You guys all know what Frog is, right? Forest River Owners Group. Okay. And John Kema, I think, Texas, near Houston. You know, I've been to Houston area many, many times. I have. And then I've got, look at this. I think we have Ray Letcher from Nova Scotia. Very cool. All right, so we're going to kick down here. Okay, everybody. So the countdown is done. We're on. I'm telling you what we're going to do here. I'm going to right up front introduce our guests, the surprise guests I've been holding off for you. I haven't told anybody who this is. In fact, they were such a surprise. I think I had spelled both of their names incorrectly. So they had to go correct it in their PowerPoints. But let's go ahead and introduce Chris Flegel and Aaron Fagan. And Chris, you want to just give a couple of, a few seconds about who you're from, who you're with, and what your interest is in this. And then we'll let Aaron go ahead and bring it up. And then we'll have a couple formal slide things too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Chris Flegel from Reliance Controls, and we manufacture transfer switches for connecting portable generators to home or cabin, anywhere you're looking to provide alternate energy to a building. We manufacture those products that you need to accomplish that. So excited to be talking to you all tonight, and hopefully we can come up with some good solutions for how not to panic during a power outage.
And very good, Aaron. You want to say a few words about what you do and who you're with?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name's Aaron Fagan. I am the HVAC and solar advisor for SoftStart USA, and a lot of you may know SoftStart for the SoftStart RV, and now they're making what's called the SoftStart Home. And so I am working with them to bring the SoftStart Home as part of the solution for affordable backup power. The SoftStart Home actually goes on the HVAC system, and in conjunction with a generator and a transfer switch, which Chris's company would provide, we're able to power up a lot of the different devices in the home as well as the HVAC system. So pretty exciting.
Yeah, this is really, really cool stuff. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is jump into our PowerPoint. And you go through, and this will probably take 10 minutes or so, or to go through the bits and pieces of it, 10 to 15 minutes. Chris and Aaron, you jump in wherever you think it makes sense. And then we will then start taking questions. So you guys will have a good half an hour plus to be able to ask any questions you want from these guys. So this is really fantastic. You don't have to sit there and wait on hold for tech support. We've got the guys like right here to go do this. So let me jump into my PowerPoint. And of course, we say, we name this, don't panic when the power goes out. So what we did was we kind of, the principals from over at SoftStart RV had asked this, Doug had asked this months ago about what can we do to provide educational service for people that are in trouble, from various, blackouts, power outages, hurricanes, and all of that. And so he started pulling the people together. I started pulling some people together. And so we came up with this idea of this Emergency Backup Power Coalition. Now, this is just a loose group of manufacturers that are coming together to try to provide, better solutions for people that need backup power. So let's talk a little bit about this. Okay, so EBPC stands for Emergency Backup Power Coalition. There we go. Group of manufacturers, trade organizations working together. to develop safe and affordable backup power solutions for homeowners. We will be adding on as we do this, as we do each of these things. We'll be adding more and more people on, more and more companies that want to basically help out with this. Now, why we think this is necessary? Whoops. Too many buttons. Okay, let's meet. Okay, there we go. Let's meet the group. Today's panel includes members from several different industries. I basically am the system integrator. That is, I'm the guy that tries to figure out how to make all of this stuff work and do a bunch of testing of it in my own little Funkworks lab here in lovely Funkstown, Maryland on Funkstown Hill. Seriously, there is a Funkstown. Everything that we recommend, we've tested together for proper operation and safety. We've had engineers from the various manufacturers here also back up what I'm doing so we know that what's going on. So here we go. Here's Chris Flegel from Reliance Controls. Hey, Chris, you can say hi.
Hey, everybody.
There he is. So he's the marketing director of Reliance Controls. They sell dozens of different generator transfer switches across the USA and internationally, I believe, right?
We're expanding. Canada, yes, but not quite over the ponds yet.
Not over the pond yet. Okay, the Canadians are international enough for us right now. So Chris has been a great resource. We've discussed generator transfer switches a few years ago. I think this is a really, really important part of any safe emergency backup power system. And Aaron Fagan, Aaron and I met a couple of months ago face to face. When we went down to Florida, we installed like 5 of these SoftStart home systems, did we not?
Yeah, we did.
We stuck him there in 2 days. But he's the HVAC solar advisor for SoftStart USA. And SoftStart is part of the SoftStart RV, SoftStart Up. And they manufacture this SoftStart technology for RV, residential, and commercial air conditioning industries. And so Aaron's also, deeply involved in the commercial air conditioners, but we're gathering all kinds of experience now with, home air conditioners. And you guys all know me. Funkworks Lab, we used to jokingly call it the Skunkworks, but the guys from Lockheed Martin heard about that, and they said, no can do, you can't use Skunkworks. So I am the Funkworks, right, lab? So I've done tons and tons of blogs, videos, articles on RV electrical power, but I really am a big power guy. RV is just one of the very tiny little things that I actually do. So I'm what we would call the tech integrator in the test lab for the Emergency Backup Power Coalition. Plus, I'm the host of these webcasts. So, you need backup power. And this is the thing we see. Hardly a day goes by where you don't see something happening on the news. There's been a steep increase in natural disasters in recent years. And many of these have resulted in a loss of the power grid, leaving homeowners without electricity for days or weeks. And my heart goes out to them because they not only need electricity for heating and cooling and refrigeration, they also need it for cell phones and medical devices and everything. Do any of you guys want to jump in and talk about that? I mean, how has your experience been in the past few years of just witnessing this dearth of power outages? I know Chris and Aaron, we both talked about this casually, but what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say, weekly in the news, there's tornadoes, wildfires, hurricanes, ice storms, you name it, there where people are losing power, as well as we know that the power grid is taxed already. And the more and more electrified the country becomes, the more and more the grid gets taxed. So I think it's a perfect time to discuss, backup power for individual homes, not only natural disasters and storms, but also, like I said, there's rolling blackouts. The power companies are being taxed, so therefore sometimes they have to shut off the power. They just don't have enough. So there's different opportunities. And then there's the off-grid, movement and lifestyle too, where they could be using this type of technology.
Yeah, I like to think this is kind of like if you're an RVer, this is kind of like boondocking in your own home. So, Chris, what have you been witnessing and seeing about this?
Well, very similar to. I'll kind of just echo Aaron's sentiments on that. It seems like they're becoming more and more prevalent and longer lasting. The storms, we've seen them, getting worse and worse over the years, and it's affecting more and more people. So, like you guys have said, I think this is a super important conversation to have, and just try to help educate as many people as we can.
Cool. Okay, let's proceed. So, solar power for homes. I am getting emails constantly. I see all kinds of local TV ads for solar companies. And they're asking you to invest $30,000 to $50,000 to install solar panels on your house. They generally provide limited power even with that kind of money. Some of these residential solar power systems are designed to reduce your electric bill. So what they're doing is they're selling them. In 10 years, they're going to pay themselves off. But they have not included all the pieces of this. So if you have a full power outage, they can't even power your house. They don't have battery backups. They don't have proper transfer switches. It's just kind of silly if you're going to spend that kind of money. But I've had a number of people come crying to me and they said, the power went out and I've got all this sunshine. Why isn't this working? And I keep saying, well, the solar panel integrators, they missed something in this. Also, relying on solar power alone can be a problem during cloudy days. And I think, if I remember correctly, Chris, yeah, you and I talked about a number of people that you had met that had said that they had seen this exact same problem. They spent big bucks. It won't run your house in a blackout.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a sad situation. So when I visit trade shows and try to have as many conversations as I can, just to learn more about the industry and get a handle on how at the challenges that people are facing. And this is one of the things that's come up time and time again. I hear the story of folks investing a significant amount of money in solar panels, and the first time the power fails, they go, okay, I have these, power sources on the roof of my house. How do I feed this into my home? And it wasn't fleshed out when the installation was done. People aren't aware of these things, but most solar installations right now are done via grid tie inverters. So they're feeding power back to the utility company, and you get a nice discount on your utility bill each month, but doesn't help during a power outage. So it's very important to kind of call that out like we're doing here and say, hey, this is a great thing to have, but there's more pieces to the puzzle in order to make that work for you in a power outage.
So, Aaron, have you heard any war stories about that yet?
Well, yeah, I think early on, especially in solar, right? The batteries weren't there, and then after the batteries have started to come, yeah, they're expensive, but the the salesman or the installers originally weren't talking about adding that additional $10,000+ cost to it, right? So they're just telling people, hey, get solar, save on your energy and whatever else, and they weren't being clear that this does not power your home. So if the power goes out or you want to use your solar at night without batteries, it doesn't work, right?
Doesn't work.
So, definitely an issue.
One of the really crazy things is, I actually do consulting work for like the National Electrical Code Committees on things. For solar panel installations in RVs, there's absolutely no code that describes how it's supposed to be done. So we're working on that for the 2026 edition of the National Electrical Code.
Oh, okay.
So basically anybody can just say, I'm a solar panel installer, and they just do it however they feel like it. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Isn't that the craziest thing? Because they kept asking me, and they said, would you be willing to do a little work on it. I said, well, isn't there any code? And they said, well, no. And I said, well, I didn't notice any, but yeah, there isn't any. It's the Wild West out there.